Hey everybody, this is Brad from Johnson Small Engines, better known as the one-hand mechanic. If I can do it, you can too. Today we are working on a Cub Cadet Ultima ZT1 with a 42-inch mower deck. And today, in my opinion, I'm going to show you how to properly adjust the mower deck level. First thing I'm going to show you is some tools that we need. So we're going to use 2 3/4-inch wrenches. You could probably get away with one, but we're going to use two 1/2-inch wrenches. Now I'm going to use compressed air. I've already done the tire pressures, but if you have either an air compressor, a small hand pump, whatever you need to do to check your tire pressure, and then obviously tire pressure gauge. This is the important part here. I will put a link in the description below. I've had this for a very long time. There's many different places that you can purchase these from. Basically, you're going to put the tip of the blade on the end here. You're going to put this up to the tip of the blade, and then it's going to show you how far it is off the ground. And yes, you need a flat level surface, preferably concrete or asphalt, but I have learned even in this shop that concrete is not smooth and it's going to vary a little bit. And also, I will put a link in the description below. If you guys need a knee pad, this thing is great. It's just something that, so you're not kneeling on your knees on the concrete. First thing you need to do is you need to check the tire pressure. The tire pressure in the front of these zero turns, they tend to not stay. Even though you may think you have air in your tires, make sure you put a gauge on it and check them, because it's not a very heavy front end, so they will look like they're up, but they may be low. When you level your deck out, make sure you check your tire pressure, even if it doesn't look like they're low, because once you get your body weight on the machine can sag a little bit and it'll throw your mower deck off. So if you want to know what your tire pressure is for your front tires and your rear tires, you're going to look on the sidewall and eventually you'll see maximum tire pressure. This one here says maximum tire inflation is 22 psi max. I usually fill to about 20 psi. If you need to have a softer ride, because this machine actually does not have absorbers in the seat behind it, so it's kind of a harsh ride, I've heard from some people. You can lower all your tire pressures evenly, but just make sure you have them even. And you don't want to run flat, because that's not good. You wind up bending rims and stuff like that. But these are hard compound tires, so lowering the tire pressure, just make sure they're all even before we start. I have already done the tire pressure, and what I normally start with is side to side, which means you have a blade on this side and a blade on that side, because this is a 42-inch deck, 2 blades. You're going to turn the blade sideways, so it's going to sit like this. So you want to make sure your blade is sitting this way. Now before we level this, if you're here because your mower is not cutting right, you do want to check to make sure that your blades are not bent. You can go underneath your machine and look to see when they come across side to side, and if one's lower than the other, you're going to obviously see the bend. But in the middle, if you guys are scalping, or if it doesn't look right when you're mowing your lawn and you're seeing a gap, like a high and low spot in the center of your machine when you're cutting, that normally means you have a bent blade or a bent spindle. I have a very good video on how to straighten a mower deck that's been bent. And we're not talking, the blades, we're talking the mower deck itself. So if you replace your blades, one, make sure you put them on correctly. This has a very strange S shape in the blade that's new to the last few years with this ZT1 mower, and you just want to make sure you put them on properly, make sure they're straight across, and make sure the blades come in evenly together. That's the first thing you need to know before you level your deck, to get a deck that's actually going to be level for you. After that's all figured out underneath your mower deck and you know your blades are good and you're coming across evenly, we have an adjuster here that has a locking nut on it, and then it has this screw here which you unlock the locking nut, and then all you have to do is screw this up or down to make this deck go up or down on this side. I do side to side first, and then I'm going to go ahead and do front to back after that. So start here. It's easy to see because we can put the chute up here, or you're just going to put the tip of your gauge right on the bottom tip of the blade. You don't want to hit the bottom of the motor, you're hitting the blade. And then I usually just press my finger against it so it doesn't move, pull it out, and we're going to look at it. And right now we are at a little bit lower than 3 1/4. We're like right on the 3 1/4 mark. Let's go around to the other side. And then you have to put your hand underneath here. Now if you just sharpen the blades, be very careful, you can cut your hands, but make sure your blade is just about the center of your mower deck. And then you're going to put the gauge under. Feel for the tip of the blade, not the deck, the blade. And press my thumb against there, pull it out, and we are almost perfect. So the other side was just a tick below 3 1/4. I mean, we're within a 1/16, which is incredible. But if you needed to adjust the side to side, what you're going to do, and I'll show this, what you would do is you would unlock this nut, 1/2 inch, and then let's just say we wanted to lower the deck on this side. We're just going to go ahead and turn this counterclockwise, and that should lower your mower deck. And then we're going to go ahead and tighten up the lock nut, and then we'll come back over here and we'll measure. Now this should have lowered it a little bit. Okay, so now we're down. We were at 3 1/4 and now we're at 3 1/8. Let's go ahead and readjust this. Okay, so when using the adjuster to raise the mower deck, you're going to turn the bolt clockwise to raise the mower deck. Make sure that the locking nut is up a few threads so it doesn't start to lock in on you as you're turning the bolt down. A socket may be a little easier for you guys, but a wrench works. Tighten that up. I usually jolt the system just so it'll kind of go back into where it's going to sit properly. Yeah, so now we are right there at 3 1/4 and we're good. And you should double check too, double check both sides. We are on point with that. So that's how you raise the left and the right side. They both have adjusters. That's a very easy method. I love that for a Cub Cadet to do that. Now front to back, I can actually see that this front looks low. So you have to push your blade all the way to the front. So you're going front to back like that. Now, my opinion is you can be down about a 1/4 inch max from the tip of your front of your blade to the rear of the blade. So you can be up in the back, down in the front, just a little bit, about 1/4 inches max. If you're level, that's actually great. You don't want to be high in the front. You want to be level or down a tick. So let's go ahead and see what we got for our blade here. Front tip. Wow, so I have a little over 2 1/2. Whew, okay, so if this is up, this may be down a lot in the front. Go to the back. Maybe it's just a visual thing with the mower deck, but it really looks. Wow, we went from, geez, we're at a little over 3 1/2, and we were at 2 1/2, right? Does that make sense? We were down that low. Let me just check this one more time. That's crazy. I've never seen a deck that low in the front. Yeah, so we're just around 2 1/2 there. Let's give it back one more time. Yeah, we are about 1 inch down in the front. And that's why the mower deck actually looks really like it's leaning. Now this is gonna, I'm not sure if this is factory or not, but being leaning that far, you can hit stuff just like that. You can raise the mower deck all the way up and it's still gonna be down way further than it should be. So we need to adjust that up. Okay, so the front is actually very easy also. I love the way this mower deck is set up. This is one of the easiest decks to adjust. 3/4 inch wrench for both of these nuts. You might have to hold the inner one, but we'll try to unlock the outside one. That's what locks them both together so they don't move. Once you have the outside unlocked counterclockwise, you're going to turn, since we're coming up in the front, we're going to turn this nut clockwise, and we're going to go a good bit because that was crazy. 1 inch. All right. I'm just going to leave that unlocked for now because that's not going to hurt us at all. Let me go ahead and check it now. Move that wheel out of the way a little bit. Wow, that brought it up a lot. We got 3 1/2 right there. Whew, okay. And go to the back. And you have to make sure that you press on that so it doesn't go anywhere. And then this is 3 3/4 right here. So we were at 3 1/2 in the front. So we're actually 1/4 up in the back. I like it just the way it is. It looks good. I'm going to leave it right there at 1/4. You could raise it a little bit more if you wanted to. Maybe we'll do one more turn. And that should be it. Let's go around to the front. Just gonna go ahead and give this one more crank up, and we'll lock it in. So that may take it up above. It'll be between even and a quarter, which is good. And then when you lock this in, hold the inner one, and the outer one, you're gonna tighten that to lock them both in, and you're good to go. So now what I do is I go outside, I'll run the mower deck, I'll bring it back in again, and just double check my work. You may have to tweak it a little bit as the deck will settle in a little bit. Just make sure your tire pressures are where they should be. Like I said, about the most important part is tire pressure in the beginning and making sure your blades are aligning evenly on the inside, both ways around. So make sure you spin your blades around, make sure you check the evenness in the center of the blade before you start leveling your deck out. If everything is straight underneath the deck, you level your deck out, you should be good to go and see a very nice cut. I also have a good video on how to straighten the mower deck if it's bent. I also have a good video on how to remove the mower deck and reinstall the mower deck, and then you can go ahead and level it out. If you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up, please subscribe, share my channel with your friends, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.